with n, I want to create just one image. Then with height, I want a height of 1024. Then with width, I want a width of 1792, and then build.
Hello and welcome.
When a few LLMs announced their capability of image generation, this news took the market by a storm. So it's needless to say, image generation is one such feature of the LLMs which has captivated many of us, and it's rightly so. Who does not want to generate cool images using a bunch of prompts? So in this video, we will learn about how can we do image generation using Spring AI. We will be using OpenAI APIs in order to create the images. Here I am on the Spring Initializer web page, and let's create a Spring Boot project. So for the project, I will select Maven. For the language, I select Java. Spring Boot version is left as the default. For the group, let's have this as com.Shandilya. Artifact could be codes, and the name could be image gen. Let's have the description as image generation using OpenAI with Spring AI, and let's have the packaging as jar and Java version as 17. Now let's add a few dependencies. So the first one would be the web dependency. The second one would be the OpenAI. That's all we need for the dependency part. Let's generate the project. And after generating this project, let's unzip the downloaded file and open the same in the IDE. So I'll see you there in the IDE. So here we are in the IDE. So before we jump into the process of using the image generation API to create some cool images, let's go ahead and discuss a few things about the image generation API. So image generation API is designed to be a simple and portable interface for interacting with various AI models, which are specialized in image generation. So it helps the developers to switch between different models with minimal code changes. Now let's have a quick look around the different important classes as part of the image generation API. The first one is the image client. So it's a functional interface which has a method call and it returns an image response. The next one is the image prompt. So this is a request class which is used to build the prompt for generating the image. It has multiple constructors which facilitate the creation of image prompt object by accepting the message along with options represented by the another interface which is called as image options. So what is image message? Well, this class encapsulates the text used for image generation and the weightage which the text should have in influencing the generated image. The next one is image options. This interface represents the configurations which we can pass as part of the image generation prompt. The next on the list is the image response. So this class holds the output of the image generation API. It contains a list of image generation objects where each image generation instance contains one of the potentially multiple outputs resulting from a single prompt. So while you are giving a prompt, you have an option that via the image options, you could provide a value called as n. And for example, if you have n as 4, then for the same prompt, 4 images will be generated. By default, it's 1. So this is what we mean by this particular line. The next class is the image generation. So this class contains the output response and related metadata about this result. So this is it regarding all the important classes in the image generation API. Let's have a quick disclaimer. So playing with images is fun, and rightly so. But please be mindful that image generation consumes more tokens as compared to the normal text-based interaction with the chat API. So it may burn your account balance at a faster pace. Please be careful while playing with the image generation API if you are sincere about your budget. Now let's get going, and we will implement one Spring Boot endpoint which will generate images for us. As always, we will create certain packages, but before we do that, please note that there is one small configuration that we need to do in order to ensure that we are able to make call to the OpenAI endpoints. And if you have seen my earlier videos, you will be familiar with this step till now, but for somebody who is coming directly to this video, here is what we need to do after extracting the project. We need to go to the application.properties and we need to supply this key, and this key is where we need to provide the API key which you will have received after generating it on the platform.openai.com. So here your API key will be given. If you are not aware of how you can create the API key, I'll provide a link in the description to the video where I have discussed all these things in pretty much more details. Now let's get going and build the application. So we will be making two packages. The first one is controller, and the next one would be prompt. Let's start with the prompts. So first I will create a class. Let's call this as prompts constants. Let's create the constructor, make it as private, and we will have a few strings which can be used as prompts, and those prompts will be used for the image generation. So public static final string. Let's say I want to generate an image for the city of Varanasi, how it will look as per the AI in future. So in order to save some time, I have already created this prompt. I'll quickly copy and paste the same. So here is the prompt. Let me format it quickly. Let's have another prompt as well, and maybe we can have that for Bangalore. So let's call this as Bangalore. Idea is same. I want to generate a futuristic image of Bangalore city, how it will look in future as per the AI. So here as well I have generated the prompt in advance. I'll just quickly copy and paste the same. So here are the two prompts that we have created. First one is for futuristic Varanasi and the second one is for Bangalore. Now we will be making use of these two or maybe either of one of the prompts and see how the outcome is like. Now let's go and create the controller. We can name this controller as image generation controller. First of all, let's annotate this as a REST controller. Then we can have a request mapping. Let's have the request mapping as v1 AI, then image. And like we had the dependency for the chat client in the previous videos, in this case we will have to have the dependency for the image client. And since we are using the OpenAI, I will be making use of the OpenAI image client. So OpenAI image client, and let's call this as image client. Let's inject the dependency via constructor injection. Have the notation as auto wired. And regarding the endpoint, it would be a get mapping. Let's have the URL as gen, as in generate, and it will return an image. Let's have the same. Let's call the method as get image. So here are the different steps that we'll be taking in order to create the image. So first we will have to create the image options. Next we will have to create the image prompt, and finally call the endpoint. So let's create the image option. It's OpenAI image options dot builder dot with quality. Let's have this as a standard. Then with n, I want to create just one image. Then with height, I want a height of 1024. Then with width, I want a width of 1792, and then build. So let's assign this image options, and it should be with quality. So now we have created the image options. Now it's time to create the prompt. How do we create the prompt? Well, we have a new image prompt, and using the constant I can pass the string and then the image options. Let's capture this as the image prompt, and we can finally make the call. So we can call image client dot call, pass the image prompt, then get result, and then get output dot return. Now before we run the program, let's have a quick look around what we have done till now. So for the case of OpenAI image options, we have couple of options for the quality. One is the standard, other is the HD. The name is pretty much self-explanatory. Standard would be creating the standard resolution. HD would be a high definition image. Regarding N, as I told earlier, that if I give N as 1, then one image will be created. If I give, let's say, some other number, then those many images will be created. I think the maximum number of images which are allowed is 4. Then we have with height and with width. So these are the two numbers that I have provided. You might think that why did I come up with such an odd number? Well, it's a fixed number that these endpoints define, and based on the model that you are using, you will have to honor their defined numbers. So in this case, I found out that this number is something which is going to generate a horizontal orientation image in much better way as compared to other dimensions. So I went with these two dimensions, and finally we call the dot build, and then we have the image options object created for us. Next is we have to create the image prompt. So if you check the image prompt, there are a couple of options, and these constructors allow you to pass either a list of image messages or a list of image messages along with the image option, and likewise you could also pass the string prompt directly, as in this case. So what I have done is I have used this particular implementation. Otherwise, if you want, you could create an image message itself, and inside the image message you will have to pass the prompt and the weight as per your requirement. So now let's get back to the code, and we have the image prompt created for us. So now using this image prompt, we can make a call to the image client, and then this call does give us the image response. The image response contains the list of image generations, and inside the image response we have get result, which is basically going to give the first element in the generations, right? So basically you have the image generations, which is a list. You pick the first one from that, you typecast the same to image generation. Now let's go back to the main code, and here this get output will give us the image object. So now let's give it a run and see how is the outcome like. Let's run the code. Let's go to Postman. So here is the endpoint localhost v1 AI image and gen. Let's run it. Here is the output. Let's quickly check what we are returning. So we are returning an image object, and in the image object we have two components. One is the URL and the other is the JSON. So URL is the place wherein the generated file will be located. So let's copy the URL and go to the browser. Let's paste the URL. Let's wait for this to get loaded. So this is how the AI imagines the city to look in the year 3000 AD, and this is the image that we get. So what do you think of this image generation? Let me know in the comment section. Now let's going back to the code. Let's try for another prompt. So maybe select BLR, rerun the code. Let's go to Postman, hit the API. Let's copy the URL. Let's paste it in the browser and see the output. Let's wait for this to load. So this is how AI imagines the city of Bangalore to look in the year 3000 AD, and for some reason it's making a bike fly in the air. So this is the image that the AI had generated for the prompt that we had given. So out of these two options, which one do you like the best? And what's your viewpoint on these two images which has been generated? I'd love to know your feedback in the comment section. So this should be it for the topic of image generation using Spring AI and with the help of OpenAI client. I hope you learned a thing or two from this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me till last. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. I hope this video added some value. If so, please hit that like button and share with your friends. Your honest feedback in the comments is valuable to me. I regularly post informative videos on software engineering and computer science. Don't forget to hit the bell for instant updates. Take care and stay awesome.